In a world where Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs, I hope you're still in your playoffs. Welcome to the Crowding the Fantasy League. Thomas, you're supposed to join there.
Part of the Fantasy League.
Yeah, this is our week 16 preview kind of thing. So hopefully you're still going. Hopefully you're in your semi-final or whatever you're in. I know that we've got a two-legged final coming up in the first ever Crowding the Mic NFL Fantasy League between Nathan and Adam.
I
Yeah.
so hope you win that. I so hope you win that
There's like
so
5 points
badly.
within it with our points over the last 2 weeks. So
Yeah, it should be
Nathan,
it should be close.
do you want me to
don't make it
trade you
closer.
any players? Who do you want? I will give you anyone.
Well, Adam kind of disagree. He's not here tonight, so
Oh
I'll
dear.
give you Travion Henderson. He's been pretty good lately.
yeah.
He has been playing well, yeah.
And, I don't
Right.
think there's anybody else in my team I would give you.
On
I'll
to
give you
the-
Brandon Aubrey as well.
As commissioner, I have to pretend I haven't heard any of this clear collusion, and we'll move on. We'll jump into like a brief recap of last week. It was just me and Nathan on recording last week, so we kind of just went rogue. We just did our own thing. It's great. We were in charge of the dream team last week, so there's no spin to win. There's none of that. The dream team, weirdly, I think this is the most points we've kind of like managed to get thereabouts. So Jalen Hurts,
Right.
22.9. CMC got 15.2. Puka Nacua, 23.4. He was a wide receiver 2. George Kittle, 18.8. All pretty good. The issue,
Really good at.
so that was 80.3. The
Yeah.
issue is this is the most dominant quarterback, running
Yeah.
back, wide receiver, tight end I can ever remember in a fantasy lineup. Trevor Lawrence, 44.3 points. James Cook, 30.1. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 34.9. Kyle Pitts, 40.1. 149.4 points was the perfect lineup. So we only got 54% of that. That's unbelievable. We did so well. And I was like looking at the points going like, oh no. We're so far off.
And there's no way we could have guessed that. Like Kyle Pitts, like scoring 41 points is just ridiculous, and
No,
also Trevor Lawrence being the top is just.
I think Trevor Lawrence was something like 15 points ahead of the next best quarterback in fantasy this week, and Kyle Pitts was something like 20 points ahead of the next best tight end. It was just such a weird week for the number one at every position to just be so dominant. Yeah, so close but no cigar. We'll try again next week. In terms of the locks and upsets, again, Adam didn't submit anything for this because he's kind of ignoring us on that front. But we didn't do well in the locks and upsets. The locks, I switched. Why I switched from the Dolphins to the Panthers, so I would have lost either way. Panthers over the Saints. Panthers laid an egg, lost that game. Giants over the Commanders. Nathan went for that. Didn't work out well. But Thomas locked up the Chargers over the Chiefs. Bold lock. Good lock. Chiefs eliminated from playoff
Obviously gonna happen.
contention. Yes, Thomas?
Naturally going to happen. That was obvious.
But two people did go for the upset of the Lions over the Rams, which seemed like the obvious upset, but didn't come to in the end. In fact, like 41-34 was almost like a weird flattering score in the end because I think there was a touchdown like right at the end of the game to bring it to that score. It was almost a 2-score game. I did go for the Falcons as an upset over the Buccaneers, and that was right. So the Buccaneers are collapsing. The Falcons having a little bounce at the end of the season. Call it you know what they call that? Like the little like boost at the end of the season. A dead cat bounce. It's not a terrible term.
It's nice.
So that's kind of what teams like the Saints and the Falcons and stuff are having. What they call a dead cat bounce. Thomas, are you making fantasy moves as we're on this chat? Just seen you've dropped Trey Benson as we've been on this call.
Yeah. Dropped him.
He's
really
not even
gets
waiting for the stream train to pull up. Like,
Oh dear. Yeah, but that's it, literally it for the recap. That's all we tried to predict this week. We didn't have bold predictions. We didn't have obviously the spin to win. So that's it. But we'll have a bit more to discuss next week. Thomas, do you have your eye on any injuries at the moment? Fantasy A&E?
Oh,
Wow.
do I? And apparently it's all the people with weird names as well. So get ready for some butchering. All right. So yeah, let's go through it. Alphabetical order. Your injury recap for week 15 of the NFL. Keep an eye out. These are fantasy relevant ones, or well, players you pretty much pick. But here we go. So Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Andre Bacelia was ruled out of suffering a neck injury in first half of Sunday's game against Houston. And then our favorite Bam Knight, he was ruled out in the second half as well. Chicago Bears wide receiver Rome Odunze was ruled out before kickoff after aggravating his foot injury during warm-ups. And wideout Luther Burden did not return against Cleveland, so keep an eye out for that one as well. Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Charlie Jones was ruled out against Baltimore with tight end Noah Fant, and running back Sanjay Perrine did not return as well. Green Bay Packers, this is a defensive one, but like he's a big star player, so we've got to mention him. Pass rusher Micah Parsons has torn his ACL in the second half against Denver. So that is big implications on their defense, which was actually decent. With wide receiver Christian Watson chest and tight end Josh White both ruled out as well. Houston Texans running back Woody Marks' ankle did not return against Arizona, so that could be very relevant for fantasy playoffs. And on the stream train we have later, that could be a big one. And then also a massive one as well. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL during Sunday's loss to the Chargers. That is the Chiefs, as we mentioned, out of playoff contention for the first time in the last 8-9 years, which is absolutely wild. Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Tyler Lockett did not return against Philadelphia. LA Rams wide receiver Devontae Adams did not return against Detroit. New Orleans Saints running back Devin Neal hamstring was ruled out after exiting the first half against Carolina, with also Kamara not being available during the game as well. So keep an eye out on that Saints running room. And wide receiver Devon Vele did not return during the game against Carolina. Tennessee wide receivers Van Jefferson did not make his way back onto the pitch with a back injury, and Washington Commanders wide receiver Noah Brown was ruled out against the Giants, with also tight end Colson Yankoff. There's no way that's a real name. Colson Yankoff. Amazing. Love it. That was your injury updates for the week.
Nice. Like it. How did you pronounce Samji Perrin, or what did you pronounce him as?
Yeah, Samjay Perrine, Samajay Perrine?
Samaje Perine, yeah. He's actually P. It is actually
Samaje
Perine.
Perine?
Yeah, I'm not mispronouncing
Is it
that. It's actually Perine. Yeah. Did that tickle you there, Nathan?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Oh dear. We talked about this last week, by the way, Thomas. Just while we brush over. Well, no, we'll talk about one very important injury because Adam insists. The Micah Parsons injury, devastating injury.
That's the most important injury. That Patrick Mahomes Chiefs injury is a bad one.
Listen, Adam says that the Micah Parsons one is the one that people care about the most. It's the one we talk about. No,
Patrick Mahomes going down. I mean, people are in playoffs. Patrick Mahomes was a consistent, solid QB.
But don't worry. Like stream boats there to help.
Talking about the impacts to Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, all those other sort of players and wide receivers are now going to.
What I'm hearing you say is that you don't believe that Gardner Minshew can sustain those fantasy talents. That's what I'm hearing, and I don't like it.
I mean, Gardner Minshew, does he have his mustache?
He does, I believe. It's kind of it's all melding into a bit of a just beard situation, I think, as far as I can tell.
But he is going full Fitzpatrick, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just going to be a journeyman. He's just going to travel team to team, get like one start every couple of years and that kind of thing. But yeah, it'll be good crack. Gardner Minshew's always good crack. For a brief moment, like 2 minutes, I was messaging into our chat thinking that Minshew was going to lead them to the playoffs, and then he threw an interception. So,
But who is? There was a thing on this the other day. It's like, how many teams do not have a NFL caliber backup QB?
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
It's just absolutely nuts. It's just like the amount of people who are, if your QB goes injured, that's you done for the season, and you're just sort of writing it off, and that's it. Like, at least like the Bengals tried to get up an NFL caliber QB. They got Flacco, but apart from Gardner Minshew, I can't think of any others who would be.
The fact that the Colts had to bring Philip, a 44-year-old overweight Philip Rivers out of retirement,
Yeah,
like
and he's been in
at the
retirement for
last minute. 5
5
years he's been
years.
retired for. 5 years he's coaching high school football. He's a granddad. He's a granddad
Yeah,
at 44.
I did see a
Yeah,
fun
it's
fan
crazy.
theory though that he is doing this because of the NFL's health insurance.
Yeah, I heard that as
So you
well.
get
Oh, it'd be
free
so
health
funny.
insurance for 5 years, and he's get that renewed now that he's had this
Yeah, he
one
was he,
game.
he was like weighing up because he was in the Hall of Fame class for this year. He's now no longer eligible for that, but he was probably weighing up like, could I just get into the Hall of Fame now or health insurance? Like, yeah, probably health insurance. I've got 10 kids. I need the
Well,
health
I don't think
insurance.
he would get into the Hall of Fame though.
Probably not first ballot, but at some point he will.
Well, I'll tell you what, he comes out of retirement from 5 years. He makes a playoff run. He then takes the Colts to the Super Bowl and wins them the Super Bowl against the Rams.
He needs,
That is definitely going to get him into the Hall of Fame.
yeah, if he does that, if he throws a pass over 10 yards, I'd be impressed, to be honest. So yeah.
But I think also there's so many other like recently retired QBs. I know Tom Brady couldn't come back out because he's now partial ownership of the team.
Yeah,
But Cam Newton,
he owns a team.
he owns the team, yeah. But Cam Newton could have been a shout.
Yeah, Cam Newton apparently felt slighted by the whole thing. He thought he should have been called because he's younger, he keeps himself in good shape, all this kind of stuff. But
He was playing 2 years ago.
yeah, I just don't think people want, I don't know, maybe like that hype or that drama or that noise or whatever around it. And it's also like Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Colts, had worked with Phil Rivers a few times before, so there was that familiarity there. It's just whoever you trust. Just who you
But
trust.
interesting fact, this is the first playoffs since 1998 that will not feature Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning,
Oh, that's crazy.
which is a nut stat.
Yeah, like I saw, who was it? Like
Talk about nearly.
the list of teams that have won the AFC in like the last 15 years or so is just like it's really thin. It's just like the Broncos won it, and then the Patriots won it for a load of times, and then the Chiefs won it, and then the Bengals won it. It's just like there's no no real variation there. It was mainly the Broncos, Colts, Broncos, Patriots, or Chiefs.
Yeah. And the Ravens won it once, didn't they? That might have been a brief stint, but apart from that, it's just been those three. Like, as you
Yeah,
said, there's only a couple of other teams who have won and done it.
which means there's only a couple of other teams that have been to the Super Bowl. Like it's crazy. Football's been predictable, but it's not going to be predictable this year. Like the AFC, you might not have Lamar Jackson. That still remains to be seen. But you're not going to have Joe Burrow or if I'd say Gardner Minshew. You might have Gardner Minshew.
That Joe Burrow just sounds like he doesn't want to play football anymore.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't seem to be enjoying it.
He doesn't
Which
seem
is
to be.
sad.
I mean, the fact that he has to play for his life every single game, like every game he plays needs to be the best game he's ever played. Otherwise, they're going to lose. It's just like
Yeah.
herd mentality. I mean, to be fair, you were the one in the offseason that demanded a big salary, and then also you pay your top two wide receivers, and
Yeah.
then you're complaining that no like protection, there's no budget for defensive players, things like that. It's like you can't really sort of play both sides of it.
No, it's a good point. It is a case like when Brady was at his most dominant was when he kind of like I'm gonna say took a pay cut. He didn't really take a pay cut. The Patriots are always really clever with the way they played about with the cap, and he was normally on a short-term contract that typically didn't impact their salary cap. But anyway, all that kind of mumbo jumbo. But he did weird stuff like that to allow them to pay everybody else. Whereas all the quarterbacks now want like these 60 million plus like guaranteed contracts. And it hurts. It hurts your team in the long run. The Chiefs are
Well, the
seeing
only
that to a certain degree as well.
I mean, the only person it doesn't really hurt is the Bills, because Josh Allen is the only player on that team. You know, he's the only person you need to pay. You could give anyone else pennies. You could just pull people off the street and he will win you games.
That's it. Like me and Nathan had like revisited the MVP debate a little bit last week, and we're like, in what universe is it not going to be Josh Allen at this point? Because if you look at all the teams, he is the only guy who's like holding up his team single-handedly and dragging them to the playoffs. So yeah, whereas
And
Stafford has a lot
dragging
of
them as if they don't want to go. Stafford's got a lot of support around him. He's got a great coach. Josh Allen doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
I don't think McDermott's a great coach. But here,
that's
I'll tell you one thing. I was thinking about MVPs the other day, and I was like, these people could have been MVPs based on my definition of an MVP. And I was like, if they were here the entire season and they played the full season, this person would have been MVP without any shadow of a doubt. Doesn't matter about stats. Cam Scatterbo. He would have been MVP. See that Jags team whenever he left with the injury, deflated.
Ruined
That
their
was
whole
a man
season.
that was
Ruined their season.
Yeah.
It ruined their whole season. That was a man holding up that team on willpower and wanting to headbutt everything alone. I'm like, yeah, that's an MVP to me.
Oh dear. Yeah, did you see as well on the topic of using your head, I suppose, as a weapon? But Jackson Dart has been in for five concussion evaluations this year, so it's becoming one of those like Tua kind of issues where it seems to be every other game he's getting pulled into the blue medical tent for an evaluation. So keep an eye on that.
As long as
it's not good.
I know that's sort of like when you take big hits on the head, maybe because he's obviously not like Tua, because Tua takes a hit on the head and he's like paralyzed, like he's down.
Mm-hmm.
He's out.
True. Although he hasn't, I don't know, Tua hasn't been. I haven't been worried about him this year, I suppose, is the thing. But it's those. I don't know. Talking about it from a sports perspective, it's like it's not just the impacts that knock you out. It's those really solid hits he's taken to the shoulder and he's taken to the neck and this kind of stuff. The subconcussive kind of blows that will just build up. So there's only so much a quarterback can play like that. Even Josh Allen doesn't play like that. He doesn't just run and headbutt people. He's intelligent enough that he keeps himself out of harm's way to that degree.
Yeah.
So,
but that's something
Dart's just going to have to change.
He'll have to learn that. He's going to get a coach in the off season who's going to happily drill that into him. I think Daboll had it into him that you just play as if this is your last game in the NFL and you put your body on the line because his career was on the line.
Well, I hope he does that for a little while longer. I've only got one fantasy team that's still alive and kicking in any kind of like playoff format, basically like a top level playoff format. So
really?
Jackson Dart. Actually, interesting question. Jackson Dart against Minnesota or Jacoby Brissett against Atlanta at home? Jacoby Brissett still no games below 20 points as a starter in fantasy.
Surely that would be.
I'd go Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, that would be.
But Jackson Dart has more games above 30. Like he seems to get like 25 to 30 every week.
But that Vikings defense is a tough defense.
That was my thought.
Are they still doing well? What are they?
They're good against quarterbacks. Good against rookie quarterbacks. So I'm thinking Brissett maybe, especially with the concussion
they didn't do well
element.
Against the Cowboys there, so they didn't but
they didn't do that bad against.
They'll do well against the Giants, so they will so.
I was going to say Dak Prescott didn't score very well against them. I know that he got me knocked out of
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Of a fantasy playoff. But we move on. Yes, you missed this last week. We've got off the stream train. We left it at the coast, Thomas. We've hopped aboard the stream boat because we're taking it to the championship. The championship.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Got it. That took me a while there. Yeah.
Yeah.
See the penny drop there, you know?
Yeah. It took a long time to drop.
It's
Come on, Matthew, hit me with something.
it's okay. I still don't think Nathan really gets it. I think we need to explain it to him
I
again.
just laugh along and pretend I know what I'm doing.
Matthew, give me
that's a
some.
good way to live.
I am still holding on into one of the 14-person work league, and I don't know how I'm still in this. I managed to make it through to the playoffs. I managed to just beat whoever it was I was playing.
It's probably from Matthew's streaming options, that's why.
Oh, that's it.
This is what I'm looking for. I need running back streaming options. I need you to tell me. My running backs, I don't know how I'm in here. It's been Tyron Tracy, Ramondre Stevenson, and then that's it. That's my running backs.
Let me see, because honestly, you couldn't have picked a worse position to need at this stage of the season. It's just not. There's just nobody there. But we will get into it. So we're all aboard the stream boat. Thomas, you ready? Choo choo.
Wait, do we still do choo choo?
I don't know. I'm thinking a steamboat. Maybe probably it still has the same. Okay, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
What do boats do apart from like float listlessly?
What's a
the honk like that
steamboat?
there,
I
didn't it?
suppose. Yeah, they make a lot of noise. Anyway, we're getting into a whole flipping digressive conversation about steamboats. We know nothing about them. So let's move into something that we know a little about. Fantasy football streaming options. So I'll give you the top streaming options for this week. Hopefully, I'm gonna go. I'm on an an about who my top quarterback streaming option would be. I'm gonna go Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins went over 300 yards last week against the Bucks. He's up against the Cardinals defense, who are giving up a stack of yards to quarterbacks, a stack of points. I could see that game being a bit of a shootout. Two teams, nothing to lose really, and he's only owning 15% of leagues. So I would have a go with Kirk Cousins maybe if you're struggling with the Mahomes injury. Running back wise, your top streaming option this week with the Bam Knight injury and all that that's going on with the Cardinals, we're going to stick with that game with Atlanta and Arizona with Michael Carter. He's owned in 10% of leagues. He's had a little bit of value early on this season. He had 18 touches once Bam Knight went out against the Texans and did go. I don't have the exact stats, but he was definitely at least over 10 points, possibly over 15 points in that game. Could be valuable. Could be valuable. You're always just looking for volume at this stage. Wide receiver wise, Jalen Coker, wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers, has had touchdowns in back-to-back games. He's only owning 10% of leagues. And they're playing against the Buccaneers this week in like a must-win like divisional clash. So you think that'll be competitive the whole way through. Should get the ball a good bit. Tight end wise, just to tie it all up in a neat little bow, I've talked about this guy before. Gunnar Helm is developing a rapport with Cam Ward. Don't know like what way they've got that working, but I don't think there's anybody else really to throw to. He's only owned in 3% of leagues. He had 4 catches on 4 receptions for 49 yards and a touchdown last week. And if they get him more involved, they're against the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Maybe he can help you out. So those are the top streaming options before we go into any honorable mentions. Any help there, Thomas?
Yep, I'm definitely getting Carter if I can.
You were talking
100%.
about the Texans. So the Texans have a couple of backup running backs. Did you mention one of them? Jordan. I wish you could see the spelling of the name. It is Jawhar is his first name. Jordan, who took over late in that game and looked really good, really good.
Good. I find him.
And try to find the. I want you to try to find the other Texans running back and pronounce the name. If you can find that while we're on this, that would be great. Because I'm not going to pronounce the name. Help you out. It's just be funny to hear you try it. He used to play for the Jags as well. Honorable mentions, I suppose. I talked about Tyler Shuck before, but Tyler Shuck might legitimately be like sneaky good to like hold you up if Mahomes injury has let you down or any number of quarterback issues have let you down. Still only owned in 18% of leagues and plays the Jets this week. We saw what the Jets did against the Jags last week. So that should be a good one. If you're feeling like I don't know, like torturing yourself, like some like masochism or something like that, Gardner Minshew is available in all leagues, all of them, and he's against the Titans this week. So I don't know.
Tiny Andy Reid fence.
Yeah, can Andy
You
Reid
know,
cook up something? Maybe.
I have an unpopular opinion about Andy Reid.
Okay, hit us with it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make it to the playoffs next year with Pat Mahomes coming back, he needs to get fired from the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, back-to-back years, you probably get fired. Yeah.
Back-to-back years. I know he's won, like, I know he's just off close to getting a three-peat in Super Bowls, and you've had teams that have kept coaches, bad coaches, for a lot longer. But you need to fire him. You've got a shorter window of Pat Mahomes being elite to get more Super Bowls with him. So you
Yeah.
need to get rid of him.
No, no, I'm
And I
I'm
think
I'm kind of there with you. I did see an argument from just like a random Chiefs fan on, scrolling through Twitter, or X, sorry, who was just saying that he should have just immediately be fired as soon as they don't make the playoffs, because not making the playoffs with Mahomes there is like a terrible, terrible thing.
with Mahomes and that roster as well, because it's still like a Super Bowl winning roster.
Yeah, and it's not like they had
Have to
injuries during the season or anything like that. So weird, 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 weird. Yeah, it's like a top 10 defense, probably a top half of the league kind of O line, a number of good weapons. It's baffling that they missed out so badly.
Well, it's because they didn't have the records on their side this time, got exposed.
Fair. Oh, Thomas, a couple of guys that you might want to check to see if they're available. I'm not sure if you want to do this to yourself again. Bill,
Oh my God. He shows up as like, oh
he
yeah, he had
dominated
points of
last
game.
week. He was so good.
He had one, like, and I'm like, do I do it to myself again? I had him on like 3 or 4 leagues for like 8
Yeah,
weeks.
he's only owned
And
in
the weeks I
40.
got like 0.2 points,
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
only owned in 42% of the leagues at the moment. They are playing the Eagles this week, but they get the Cowboys the week after that. So I don't know. It's an interesting one if he's available. Guys to check if they're available, like Darren Waller, check if he's available. He got 2 touchdowns last week. He's available in over 60% of leagues apparently. They're playing against the Bengals.
I think if he didn't get injured halfway through the season, he would have been a top tight end, or the top tight end.
Yeah, it could have been top
Because he was
top
getting
5, top
TDs
10.
in every game. But no, I did play Kyle Pitts.
Oh man, what a flex!
Oh,
What a flex!
Kyle Pitts in 4 leagues. I had him.
I know, because you destroyed me in a league with him. It wasn't fair waking up on Friday morning and seeing that. Like nobody played Kyle
I was
Pitts,
like,
right?
I woke up and I looked at my phone. I saw highlights. I was like, oh, nice, Kyle Pitts TD. And then another highlight was, oh, nice, Kyle Pitts TD. And then another highlight was Kyle Pitts. Great luck. I was like, did the whole game just go through? And yes, it did.
Oh yeah. I think Kyle Pitts was Kyle. Was that the stat? I want to find the exact stat at some point, but I think he's the first tight end this century to go over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns in a game. And it's Kyle Pitts. It's just like one of those crazy things.
Yeah.
In a century where we've had Gronk and Kelsey, you're like,
Gronk's definitely had three TD games, but he probably hasn't had the 100 yards or
yeah, to
things
do
around it.
both of those
Yeah,
at the same time, I think is
Yeah.
is crazy.
But this was the hype around him. He was the highest drafted tight end of all time, wasn't he, Kyle Pitts? Like, it was in the first 4 draft picks.
Yes,
He's meant to
yeah,
be
he was like pick
superstar.
4, yeah.
And this is the first time where you've actually seen him act like that. And sort of, there's a glimpse of, if he can stay that consistent, he could
Yeah.
be an absolutely elite tight end.
Like,
But maybe he
like
just needs.
yeah, like for you, Nathan, like Kyle Pitts when he came out of college wasn't even seen really as like a conventional tight end. He was seen as kind of like a slot wide receiver with the size of
Oh, right, okay.
a tight end. He was that kind of like physical freak. But he hasn't really
He's-
developed like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had like wide receiver speed. Almost like if you combine like the best of Travis Kelce and the best of George Kittle of like catching and running and blocking as well, because he did it all.
Yep.
Flipboard.
And coming out and he was drafted really high, and then he's just been mediocre at best. I know people like drafted him early, but I think people are getting like, because this is about 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think
3
what way their drafts worked because they went like back to back to back to back years. It was Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and then Penix as well. So yeah, just all these super talented top 10 offensive like weapons, and it hasn't exactly worked out all that well.
No, but I reckon if they're looking to, I don't think they are looking to rebuild, but if they are, they could probably get some draft capital for all of them.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. Yeah, the Falcons are a weird entity. So we'll see what they do next year. But we'll hop off the stream boat for now. Hopefully you can find some people to help you out. I suppose if Adonai Mitchell hasn't been picked up yet, still available, like 60% of leagues. CJ Stroud is available in about 60% of leagues. They're playing against the Raiders this week. A couple more to tack on.
Because on Fantasy Super 8, Adam's got that stupid resetting waiver wire, so I'm going to be slap bang at the bottom.
Yes, but not like a couple of teams have now been eliminated, so we might not go out and get these guys. I don't know, or I might just try to sabotage us all because I'm crazy. I'm the wild
I hope
card.
he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't really care now.
Yay! That's what I want to hear. Boys, all right. I don't know who came last, so we'll do it based on where our current standings are, which I do believe is me first, then Matthew, then Nathan, then Adam. And what we'll do is
Adam doesn't get a say this time.
we will pick for Adam. All right, so me being first, couple seconds on the clock whenever I get to do this. Oh, B Patriots. Oh, Denver Broncos. Bo Nix.
All right.
Oh, wait, who are the Broncos playing? I said that very confidently, very quickly. I might be able to change my mind without it picking up the pass. Who are the Broncos playing?
I think it's the Browns, no? No, it's not. It's the... Where the heck are they? Jags.
Okay. Oh, Nix. Good call.
And then
They're
Matthew.
playing against the Jags this week. Oh, nice.
Matthew, you are up next, and you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Man, I've just been talking down the Buccaneers. Right. Let me see. Buccaneers. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Bucky Irving, I think.
Bucky Irving, nice.
Okay.
Nathan, you ready? You have LA Rams. Nice.
Oof. Oh, no, this isn't nice.
What do you mean that's not nice?
They're against the Seahawks.
Still be pretty good.
It's going to go Nakua, sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then who are we picking for Adam? Let's see. I hope he gets a shit team. Arizona Cardinals.
But that is a bad team.
Let's go Brisket.
Jake Brisket.
At least it's recorded, so you'll believe us.
I know.
We're not going to go Trey McBride. We're going to go Jake Brisket.
yes, we are. Cincinnati Bengals. Noah Fant. Bengals defense.
Come on, you got to give him. You got to give him somebody here.
Well, just give him.
Who are they up against this week?
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Okay, we'll give him Jamar Chase.
Give him Jamar Chase. Okay. No, that sounds fair.
I still think defense, but whatever.
Could work out. Apparently, they're considering benching Tua this week, so I don't even know who's starting for the Dolphins this week. Quarterback.
Cleveland Browns against the Buffalo Bills.
Was that Nathan?
Nathan.
Uh,
Well, that's
who's even?
I was
I'll
gonna
go
gonna try to give you some help there, but
Judd.
yeah.
No, I'll go Fannin actually. He did alright last week. Just
That's
alright.
actually a good
Oh.
shout.
Fun. That's good.
Matthew, you have the Tennessee Titans. Are you going to
Oh,
pick up
goodness.
Are you going to pick up your pick? Your pick of the week?
Oh, it's got to be Gunnar Helm. Yeah, why not?
Gunnar Helm?
They don't really have much else. Who are they even against this week? They're against the Chiefs. Yeah, go for that. Gunnar Helm. Let's go.
New Orleans Saints for myself. Oh, who are they against? I think they're against someone not. They're
Yeah,
against the Jets.
Saints they're against the Jets. Yeah.
I am going to go Saints defense.
and they did beat the Panthers last week. So
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Panthers team. I can't understand it.
they just step up when it's a good team they're against,
They like
and then
what
they
do.
lose to
They
bad
beat
teams.
the number one team in the NFL, then they lose to the Saints the week after. Like the number one. I just don't understand what's going on there.
No, it's madness.
So what's this? My second team?
This is you on the old snake.
Already had the Cardinals. Minnesota Vikings.
Against the Giants.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
Don't want to pick him because he's been terrible all season, but I can't think of anybody else I'd rather have.
So it's going to be Jefferson, is it?
It's gonna be Jefferson. I was thinking Naylor.
Why did you take a defense already? Did you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was thinking like Naylor or something like that, but
I know it's pretty rough.
it's got to be Jefferson if he's on the board. Matthew, you now have the Green Bay Packers.
It's not me, no.
No, snake's back to me. Green Bay Packers against the Bears on Saturday Night Football. This is an interesting one this week. Saturday night. Is Jacobs fit and healthy at the moment?
Yeah, he is after that game. So he is.
He is. I'll have to put him in my flex. That's makes sense.
Yeah, good choice.
Josh Jacobs.
We've had the Bucks. Oh, bear down, Nathan.
Oh,
Bear down.
think they're against the Packers, aren't they? So I know Loveland did well last time, but really got a tight end. So DeAndre Swift, my flex.
You haven't gone
Oh, but not
running back
got
yet,
a running
have you?
back. Sorry, no, didn't do that. Yeah.
Just as your running back spot.
Sorry, I thought I picked a running back.
Swift.
Just
And
have
here we're
them.
picking for Adam. We've got two picks in a row for Adam.
2 picks in a row. Chargers.
Oh, Chargers.
He's got QB and he's got who's he got? QB and
He's got a QB and a wide receiver, which are the two you'd kind of think about.
Kevin Gadsden. Or Chargers are against who are they against? They are against the Cowboys. I'd say
Oh, that's
is
Hampton.
Yeah, Marion Hampton. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go Hampton. I think he's going to start to take over there.
Denver Broncos we've already had. Miami Dolphins for Adam's next pick. It's got to be A-Chain.
Gotta be the Walrus. No,
Well, who's he got left? Has he got
uh,
flex?
flex and tight end and defense.
Oof.
Okay, I'd go Waller.
Or you would probably just go A-Chain, wouldn't you? A-Chain.
Are you giving
Yeah.
him A-Chain? Are you?
Has
Nathan, who would you pick?
their defense? No, I'm just kidding.
Controversial.
All right, let's give him A-Chain. And then,
What is this?
Is this Nathan? Yeah. Do we just do 2 for Adam? Yeah.
No, it's Adam's turn.
It's back to Adam, yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's Nathan.
Yeah, it's Nathan.
I just don't want the Raiders.
Who you go for, Nathan? They are against. I actually think they are against the Texans.
That's a really bad matchup.
Yeah, that's such a bad match.
And you can't have Bowers because you've already got a tight end.
Yep.
Kenny Pickett at quarterback.
Genty is
Genty. Yeah.
It's the only person, like,
It's got to be Genty, doesn't it?
yeah.
That is rough. That is rough.
That is going to be an absolute disaster of a game, like.
already had the Rams. We're going around our teams.
Is that me for the Falcons? Oh, right.
Yeah. Carl Pitts
And Drake-
2.0.
No, well, no, I've already got the great man himself, Gunnar Helm, in there.
Right. Okay.
The Falcons, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go with one of my. This is like my streaming list right here. So Kirk Cousins. Let's go.
You're going Kirk
Right now-
Cousins.
Right now with Kirk, because I'm not even sure if Drake London's gonna play. So
He's backing up a streamboat.
that's
Got
it.
Giants. Who do I have? I'm going to go Tyron Tracy. He had a good week last week, but I know he's against the Giants
He's against the
or the Vikings.
Vikings this week. Well, Tyrone Tracy could work.
So who am I missing? Tight end, isn't it?
Tight end and flex. Tight end and flex.
Tight end and flex? Choice. So I get to choose anyone from any team. Really want to say Kyle Pitts because
You really think it's going to be 2 weeks in a row?
he just got 40 points with Kirk Cousins. I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going to say Kyle Pitts.
My goodness, okay.
You don't sniff at a tight end that just got 40 points and looks shit hot.
But I feel like
Wait.
every time we've done this where we tried to, like, someone's just hit a massive week and we try to take them for the next one, it has never worked out.
And never chase those points. I said they're gone, Thomas.
Yep.
You've already done it, so that's it.
That's a
I'm
5
gonna-
point week.
I'm gonna keep
That's a
it.
5 point week coming now.
He's still in those 3 fantasy leagues. I'm not benching him now. Like, has he lulled me into like a false sense of security before a semi-final week?
Yes.
Absolutely. He's gonna get like 0 points.
He's gonna get me -1 points. Dallas Cowboys. Go on, Matthew. Who you got?
Well, I've got
Ooh.
the Cowboys. Well, I'm not really going for their defense, am I? So I'll have to go CD Lamb. Give me Lamb.
CD. And then Nathan, you have
Yep.
Thank goodness. If we were having the thing that we had weeks ago where you could just have the same team multiple times, then
Yay.
you'd be in trouble.
Ooh.
Baltimore Ravens.
Who'd I have left? Have quarterback left or?
You've got quarterback and defense. So
Oof.
Ravens. So Jackson are the Ravens defense basically.
I think I'll go quarterback.
Yeah, it's against the Patriots this week. That'll be a good one. Lamar
Game of
Jackson.
the week. Every week with the Patriots in this game of the week. We got Adam's 2 picks now. Right. Oh, Jags. We haven't had the Jags.
Ooh,
Have not had the Jags.
do you think
Who's
they're
he
gonna?
got left?
It's either going to be Brenton Strange at tight end or the Jags defense against the Broncos.
Yeah, gonna go
Which I don't
Strange.
love.
Yeah.
It's got to be Strange. Unfortunately for him, because Strange hasn't been doing too well.
And who is his last pick?
The defense is
Lions defense.
Ooh,
Lions.
who are they against?
The Steelers,
Steelers.
which will be a
That's
very...
that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, who's your last player?
I think it's defense as
His
well.
is a defense. There's 3 defenses still to go. You're the only one that has a defense, Thomas, or had a defense going into the last round.
Who's my last pick?
We're all just
No.
You've got
You
a
get the New York
got a
Jets
flex?
defense. New York Jets
Um,
defense.
Why?
Matthew, your defense is... It's actually getting really hard to remember all the teams that we've had. Panthers, haven't we? Yeah. Did we have the Panthers, or Matthew, did you take...
let me see. Let me just have a scan through. I
Or did
I
you
don't
take
think
the
we've.
Titans?
No, I had a Buccaneers player. I didn't have a Panther. There's no Panthers taken, so I can have that.
Oh, okay. So you got the Titans defense then? Or the Panthers defense?
Where did that
You got
come
the Panthers
from?
defense?
I've got. Yeah, I don't think the Panthers have been taken. Yep, I'll take their. I got their defense, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And then my flex is going to be... we could be spinning for a while here. This is...
Yeah,
hit us with some... Oh, Colts. No,
players already been taken.
could I just take the Colts?
There.
Have we had Seahawks?
Oh no, you lucky.
No, we haven't had the
Al.
Seahawks.
It's not that lucky. They're against the
Oh,
Rams.
give me JSN.
Has to be JSN against the Rams. That'd be fun. Thursday
Yeah,
night football will be fun this week.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
definitely.
Like with Thursday night football and Saturday, 2 games on Saturday. The Sunday
Saturday
games
games?
are really there's 2 Saturday games. So there's the Eagles Commanders and the Packers Bears on Saturday.
Yeah.
It means that the slate of games in the afternoon, well, at the 6 o'clock kickoffs are pretty barren. Like the game on Channel 5 this week is the Bills at the Browns. You follow
Yeah.
that up with the Steelers at the Lions as the primetime kind of game. So it's slim pickings this week.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Nathan, are you excited to win this trophy and have it in your house?
of course.
Hey, we've got the actual trophy.
It'll
The Jeff.
feel even better to rob Adam of it. So it will.
I don't want this to go to Adam. I want this to go to you, and I want to see it proudly displayed at your house.
It's going up here in the windowsill behind me for the future
it's not,
recordings.
that's not in the... No, not in the office. It needs to go in the living room.
Okay.
And it needs to be
Yeah.
pride of place.
It needs to be
Don't
like
be
right...
ashamed.
It needs to be in the centerpiece of your house.
Says
It
you'll
needs
love
to
it, so
be.
sure.
It is
Yeah,
actually... It is a great
It-
trophy.
Is that an argument
so
you're
over
willing
the
to
top.
have at all? I don't know.
It's so
Wow.
big.
That is what she said. Nice. Nailed
She
it.
never said that.
Ah,
So yeah, I was going to kind of sandwich our like player prop kind of things in together. We just jumped straight from that into a nice sandwich into Dream Team
Oh,
and see if we can beat our whopping 54% last week.
no, that was just a freak one. We did well. Don't take it away from us.
Oh, it was such a freak one because honestly, I think like the most points we've had before is about 60, and we got about 80. I was like, oh man, we're gonna rock this week. And then I saw Trevor Lawrence. I was like, nope, we are not gonna rock it. Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts screwed us. So that being said,
We're not taking Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. Does anybody have their eyes on the? Do you have the eyes on the like top players of the week? Because my phone's being used. I think all of our phones are being used.
Oh wait, no, him.
Well, surely we have to pick someone on that. The Texans Raiders matchup.
You want to pick a Texan in that game? This is the thing. You've got plenty of options at tight end, quarterback this week.
All right. Okay. So top predictions at QB. Week 16. Well, they've got Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield as the top 5.
Lamar Jackson
I would like to say,
I wouldn't have thought would be.
No, I don't actually like any of those this week.
No.
This is who I want to say, and you're going to say I'm biased, but I think Drake May.
Drake May against the Ravens. Yeah, have you heard this, Nathan? Were you aware that Drake May's nickname is Drake May? So he is Drake May.
It's like the greatest. I must admit, it's possibly the greatest nickname I've ever heard.
Oh, shut up! He's such a suck up, CR. You're such a suck up.
I mean,
if that was on a team you hated, you would not say that.
It's definitely top 5. I mean, it's hard to beat out Megatron. It's hard to beat out Chad Ochocinco. But he legally changed names to a brilliant nickname.
I want to see the other matchups this week. The NFL Gage for the week.
I'm looking at the matchups, and it's just sort of like Jalen Hurts against Washington could be a good one.
Yeah, we had Jalen Hurts last week. He did all right. They seem to be getting right a wee bit.
Justin Herbert against Dallas as well.
Justin Herbert seems to be doing okay with one-handed. Joe Burrow for a bounce back against the Dolphins.
I don't think they're going to bounce back. I'd be surprised if they even decide to play Joe Burrow and just be like, you know what, we're nothing to play for this season.
Come on, no, they're gonna want to do something.
Do you think so? I mean, why even risk it? He's just back from injury. You've got nothing to play for. You're not in the playoffs. You know, he doesn't want to play football.
Harsh, very harsh.
Honestly, if I'm Zach Taylor, I'm shitting myself.
Fair enough. Well, do you think Taylor's going to get sacked at some point?
I mean, like your friend, you know, you're not doing anything. You've got like a generational QB. You've got a generational wide receiver. You haven't built a team around them. You're fighting for your life every single year, apart from one where you've had a good run. There's no sign of improvement. You've now got no cap space. Yeah, you're done.
So that's a no then. So Zach Taylor's safe then. That's good. That's good to hear.
He's
right. Who
I think
who are we going?
Eagles quarterback.
All right,
Jalen Hurts.
I'd say Jalen Hurts.
The other ones are just like it's probably gonna like.
Okay, no, I'm happy enough.
Random one, but like, there's other ones that are just so risky. So they are, but they probably will end up scoring higher. Like, cause is this like the week Bryce Young will probably score loads of points because he's against the half decent team. But I suppose the Buccaneers aren't that good. Like,
so in terms of running back favorites, top 5 are Jameer Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, Devon A-Chain, and Jonathan Taylor.
Let me see.
I
I do
here.
actually like I like Achan this week and I like Gibbs this week. I like Bijan this week.
I like Travion Henderson this week.
Why do you just do you think that the Patriots are just going to go and absolutely spank the Ravens? Like what
Yes,
is
I
going
do.
on?
Yes, I think it's going to be a bounce back week.
We
But
we will give
the
you one Patriot. So I'm happy to go with
Travion Henderson.
Travion Henderson.
Yeah, Travion Henderson.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
that's it.
I'm happy to go with it because he won't stop going on about it.
but
Nathan, you know
why?
that it's just going to be.
What about Achan though against the Bengals?
I like it. I like Achan against the Bengals. That would probably
They
be my
might
vote.
not even play Tua. The Dolphins have given up on the year.
Then Achan might just get the ball about 40 times in that game.
But why risk injuring your star player? Like, he has been their best player all season.
You keep on saying this like teams listen, like teams just bench everybody at week 16. They don't. Teams play everybody like every single week,
They don't.
despite the fact that they're losing every game.
I don't know.
How many teams have been out of playoff contention for the past like 3 weeks? Like the Giants have been out of playoff contention for about a month, and they're still playing everybody. So teams just play their best players.
All right, fair enough.
Well,
But I'm still happy to give you Henderson.
if you believe it so much, Thomas will do it.
I believe.
Do you believe in him that much? Do you?
Yeah, I believe in Henderson. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is all on you. I
Yeah.
want this known for better or for worse.
Mark that down beside it.
You can do your wee victory lap.
Like we're picking
If
the number 17 running back over the number 5 running back
Yeah, fair, valid.
against the worst defense in the league.
yeah, Achan sounds like a real good.
All right,
real
go
good pick.
Achan then, and I'll find another Patriot we can pick later.
No, he's locked in now. I've written him on my bit of paper. I can't
Then
turn
why
this
are you
over. That's
saying
it.
this now? All right, wide receiver.
Right. So wide receiver wise,
Top
where
5:
we're going.
Puka Nacua, JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase, CD Lamb.
But those two are top predicted against each other with the top defenses.
I'd almost give it
Seems
Amon-Ra
Bit
St.
of a
Brown.
risky one, like.
I like Amon Ra. I know he did it last week, so again we're chasing the points, but I do really like Amon Ra this week
Yeah.
against the Steelers
Or Jamar
Yeah.
Chase against Miami.
or Chase against Miami. I like both of them.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Amon Ra, but what do you think, Nathan?
I'm trying to look up what they got last week. Sorry, I'm just dying here a second.
What's that? That's okay. We were just ignoring the coffin and everything, so it's all right.
It's all right.
Oh no. I'm really glad we're not recording in person anyway.
Yeah, I didn't want to put that on you. So who you were going for again? Sorry, Amon Ra, and who was the other one?
Amon Ra or Jamar Chase.
How well did Jamar Chase do last week, even though they scored no points?
I think he got a lot of yards, but I don't actually know what fantasy points he got.
So it might be the same again.
Obviously, that he didn't score a touchdown, so his fantasy
Well,
points.
still said he got like 20 points, so
20 points without receiving a touchdown, like getting any points.
pretty. Yeah, go
What
Jamar
league are
Chase.
you doing that on? Because if you're doing it on the
No, I know, but I just
Fancy Super 8 League, it doesn't count.
So
There you go,
we're
Jamar Chase.
going Chase. We're okay. We're going Chase. But what if the Bengals just bench their whole team and give up and don't even bother?
Well, they might do. They might do. Tight end: Trey McBride, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers, and Fannin as the top ones here. I'm throwing curveball out here. Darren Waller.
The Walrus. I am actually happy with that. I do like that.
Go
this
for
week.
it.
Or Hunter Henry. No, I'm just kidding. Terrible.
Let's go for the Walrus. Why not?
I think like go outside. I think he's going to be good.
Sure.
Yeah, anytime we just go with the chalk like kind of picks, we don't do well. So let's just go completely ridiculous this week and see what
Aye.
happens. And see if we get the exact same results, which will be hilarious. At least we were over 50%, so that's good. I think the first time we did it, we were like 40% or something.
Yeah, has this been getting better?
Little positives. Little positives. Right. So can't remember what order I had these round in. I think we were going to go locks and upsets first, and then we were going to jump into power ranking.
Let's
So I'm on my bed now, so I'm going to get myself readjusted.
Getting
How many
cozy.
different rooms have you been in?
Welcome to the boudoir. But yes, we will. Will we go with the locks and upsets first then? Adam has not sent his through, so we will get his later in the week. I just
think you
had the
wanted-
NFL schedule open and I closed.
I think he wanted the Raiders over the Texans.
Mm.
Upset.
Oh, it's his upset of the week? Absolutely. Right, do you have the spreads there, Nathan?
I'll say that game I
Okay.
just mentioned there is the biggest gap so far.
I'm looking.
I would imagine
at
that Texans one's about 14 points.
Yep. 14
So
and a half.
what do we define as a lock again?
5 is
under
our 5 is
five.
our over under.
There's not many upset ones this week, also, at the minute.
Not many upsets.
No. It's
Oh,
slim
that's
pickings.
annoying. I was kind of hoping they're probably not in the upset range because of the Gardner Minshew factor. The Titans, are they in the upset range?
Titans.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're 3.5.
3.5. Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
That is rough.
Yeah, I
To be
think we
that
need.
close to the Titans is pretty crazy.
I like my only thing that I could say is going to be an upset, and this is sort of like one where I'm kind of just sort of thinking about it. Is the Steelers versus the Lions?
Steelers
Okay.
are the Lions.
And Steelers Lions.
For your
I
upset?
take it that's upsettable. Yeah, that has to be.
6.5.
Are you going to go with that then?
I'm gonna have to. I mean, the Steelers have actually looked okay lately, and I'm just sort of saying,
Yeah, they have.
just on the range that we pick ourselves, I can't see anything else that I'm gonna say is.
Yeah.
We're doing it that like 5 spread. There's nothing outside of it that's upsettable. Like the only other options are Colts to beat the 49ers,
Browns, Bills. Ugh.
Vegas,
Yeah.
Raiders, Texans,
Then the
or-
Eagles and
or
Commanders.
Browns, Bills, or Eagles, Commanders.
Because even the Saints and Jets are 4.5, like, so they're not even.
Yeah. So they don't even fall in that range. So like my one that I'm saying is most likely. And I'm going to say,
Yeah, no, I mean you're probably right. Everything else is going out on a limb. But am I going to go out on a limb? Am I going to go?
I might with the Colts.
Oh, you're thinking Phil Rivers. I was. I'm an an about that one.
Well, like,
You gonna go for
it wasn't much of a. It wasn't as bad against the Seahawks as I thought it was going to be. So
this is why I dropped the Seahawks down last week, was because I was like, you barely beat a 44-year-old 5-year retired quarterback who's literally a granddad. you scraped a win.
Yeah.
Like he near had you.
yeah, it's
Right,
fair.
and I'm
enough.
like, that was so shaky. And next week you're going off against, and obviously the Colts are on like a 4-loss losing streak as well.
Mm-hmm.
3-loss losing
Yeah.
streak. So they're in a slump.
Yeah.
So you barely beat a team that's in a slump on their 5th string QB who was retired for 5 years, and you still expect to be seen as like a powerhouse of the league.
Nathan, is there anything that is 10.5 points? Because that's where I'm going to gauge it off.
Is there anything 10.5? The Bills and the Browns are.
That's what I thought was going to be 10.5. That's where I'm going to I'm going to lay my marker there.
You go
I'm
that
going to say
one?
Shadur Sanders is just going to go absolutely ballistic in that game.
Well, maybe last week took it out of them, and they need longer to recover after that big comeback,
They do
so
weirdly, yeah, they weirdly tend to have a bit of a come down after those big games. Like
yeah,
some of the
it makes
weird
sense, like,
games they've lost this year. So yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Why not? 10.5 point
because
spread.
I
Can't beat
wonder,
it.
I wonder if that's what happens with the Panthers. Like I know we keep saying about them, like they do really well against the big team, but is that maybe because they take so much out of them, and then the next week they're kind of against the
Yeah.
crap team and lose it? So
But that Panthers one, that was a short week, wasn't it? That was a Thursday night game where they lost that. So like they had a game, they got the win, and then that was Thursday night, so short turnaround. And
No, it was the Bucks lost on Thursday night. The Panthers
yeah.
lost on Sunday against the Saints. So there was no excuse really for what went on. Just diabolical. And so lock wise, then that means like the majority of games here are in the lock range. So let's just have at it. Who do we think is going to win these games?
I would. So I would. I'm so tempted to take the Packers, but it's so because they're playing at the Bears, aren't they, this time?
They are at the Bears this time.
But I just think when we watched them last time, I think the Bears defense just couldn't do anything against them. So
Yeah,
they
no, it'll
couldn't.
be interesting to see. The Micah Parsons of it all kind of throws me in that one. I think the Bears offense is going to be tough to stop in that one.
But like it was the Packers defense that was holding them off the whole time. Like it was the amount of time they spent on the pitch compared to the offense. Like that.
And now they've lost Micah Parsons, so
Yeah,
that could shift.
be more even. Like, and then they're away. So
I also think
probably
that's
will
going to be a really exciting game.
very
to watch.
close.
That's got
Yeah.
a lot of playoff implications as well.
Yeah, definitely.
How is your lock not so easy this week? After all the smack talk you've been doing over the past like 20 minutes.
Because everyone knows it's a lock. I want my lock to be something that's going to surprise people.
Oh,
shock
stop
people.
it!
It's going to get people thinking and being like, actually, you know what? This could happen. So actually, my lock this week is going to be the upset of the year. My lock this week is going to cause ripples in this room.
Just get this.
My lock this week is going to be the Jags. He beat the Broncos.
What? You're going to go Jags over Broncos? Is that a serious one?
Over Broncos.
Well, I wouldn't take Broncos as a lock, like, because there is a chance.
What is the spread in that one? Funny, like just
It's not that
out of
wide. It's
curiosity.
3. Plus 3 for Jags to win.
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, we've got a chance. We've got a chance.
But I think you seem like you've got a bit of a rhythm in the Jags now. You've had a couple of big wins back to back.
You have to realize that Matthew doesn't want to talk about this. He thinks every time that we talk about the Jags, it doesn't come true, even though it's
like the crazy thing is like if we win that one, if it's a big if, we're like I don't know, we're like sneaky in a position to take the like first seed. It's just like it's not worth thinking about. Like it's not worth thinking about. Can you imagine a world where the Jags are the first seed in the AFC? Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's where like cliffs fall into oceans and
But this is why this game's so exciting, though. This could happen.
Man, that's nerve-wracking.
Also,
right?
you do realize that the Ravens are favored to win against the Patriots?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That's just stupid. I don't know who's making those. If you're putting on money, put it on the Patriots.
There you go. That's big talk.
The one thing that scared me about the Patriots last week. One thing that scared me about the Patriots last week is we obviously had a game plan. And we came in, we executed the game plan, and it went brilliantly in that first half. Superb. Unbelievable. You couldn't question it. But then what great coaches can do is they can adjust a game plan and Josh Allen
Huh?
adjusted his game plan and then came out and we didn't do anything. We were like, yeah, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ugh. And then we blew a 21-point lead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, you have just described what happened in that game, but yeah,
Yeah. But but this is what scares me about the Patriots is can Vrabel change the script and change the plan mid-game?
yeah. No, it
Has he
was
had,
it,
has
it
he
was
had,
it was an interesting game. I think this is a huge game for the Patriots. As you say, they're on the road. They're underdogs for some reason. And yeah, it's like Lamar Jackson. It's all this. Like, if the Ravens lose, their season might be over. So it's a massive game. And if they get beat by the Ravens, Patriots fans and whatever are never going to hear the end of it because you've had this soft, squishy schedule, and the
yeah,
second
Yeah.
you get
and then
anybody decent, then yeah, you just crumble. So yeah, fascinating, really fascinating stuff. Who do they like? The Patriots' schedule after that is what the Jets and the Dolphins. I think to end the season.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So
Like,
yeah, Jets and Dolphins to end the season. So this is your last challenge, and you've got to step up. You got to win this to give in like any confidence going into the playoff.
is
Who
anybody
is
picking
my?
the Rams Seahawks one?
what about that?
I really don't want to even pick the score in that game. I think it's going to be close. I do trust the Rams a lot more
Yeah.
than I trust the Seahawks, but it doesn't mean the Seahawks can't win that game.
No, definitely not.
Thursday night football. Yeah. Lock wise, are the Saints lockable?
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
4.5.
But potentially against Brady Cook and the Jets. I'm gonna go for the Saints. Adam will hate that.
I think, yeah. See, I was going to say that one, but I was like, it's just such a pointless game. They're playing for nothing. No, they're just like, it's just,
Oh,
they're
Jesus.
they're two bottom 25.
Why do these teams even exist?
You know, like,
Well,
Obviously, what
well,
Thomas has said about it.
Tyler Shuck.
Tyler
Ty,
Shuck
Ty,
versus
Tyler Shuck is
Tyrod
playing to have a
Taylor.
starting job in the NFL next year, right? So this is the way it kind of works. They've got the Jets and the Titans next. If they beat the Jets and the Titans, their draft pick gets significantly worse than it would have been previously. So they take themselves out of contention for any good quarterbacks coming out, which means that Tyler Shuck might keep his job for another year. So he's playing for survival, NFL survival. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Shuck Bowl this weekend. Nathan, what are you going for?
That's a good question.
What the Shuck are you going for? Uh,
I think I'm going to lock the Rams.
Ooh.
I think that
What's the spread there?
it's 1.5. Very, very close.
Yeah, that's going to
I just think that everybody's going to play well, but Sam Darnold is going to let the team down.
For Sam Darnold
I
taking strays.
think that's the way it's going to go, unfortunately.
Like it. Like the call. Sweet. Sweet to the beat. Let's get to the power rankings of record. Where are we?
Oh, I'm so excited for these.
So this is the power rankings going into week 16. It's the important thing here. And we'll start at the bottom and we'll work our way up the way we always do. So the bottom 10, me and Thomas both in agreement on number 32 being the Raiders. They seem to have given up completely.
I don't know.
Um,
They've got nothing going for
Then the Titans and Browns weirdly both tied in ours. They're both 30.5 on average. But we had them at like 30 and 31. We just switched them. Because the Browns were higher last week, the Browns stay higher this week effectively. But I still think the Browns are marginally better team. And the Titans, yeah, so it's the Titans at 31, the Browns at 30, the Giants come in at 29. The Jets fall 3 spots without Adam here to defend them to 28. The Commanders are weirdly up. Well, they're up 1 spot. They won this week. They're up 1 to 27. The Cardinals
Hang on,
up 1 to.
How high have you got the Commanders? I've got them as like 28 in my list.
You've got them at 28. I've got them at 27. They average out at 27.5.
Sorry, did you say they were 21? Have I missed loads of teams?
No, I said they were 27.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Ah, thank God.
No, I
was
didn't
like-
have the
I was like-
have the Commanders top 10 to balance
And
it
I was
out.
like, what's going on there? I was like, are they so high up?
No, we were in agreement on the Cardinals, so we both had them at 26, and they are at 26. Weirdly, that's up one. I say from last week, from 2 weeks ago. It's up one from 2 weeks ago.
But so the way I'm looking at it is, would the Cardinals beat the teams that are next up? And I was sort of like trying to look at these lists, and I was like, yep, they're going to beat the Jets, they're going to beat the Commanders, they're going to beat the Giants, they're going to beat the Titans, they're going to keep the Browns, going to beat the Packers. Or Raiders,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And I'm just
This
like,
is. I think this is why we're in agreement on so many because we've both done the same thing. I said this the last time I did the power rankings. Like, it's basically who would win the fight is what I'm doing at each and every position, and that's exactly it. The Cardinals would would beat the Commanders in the fight. So, the Saints we're in agreement with. They're both 25 on our list. They're 25 on this list. The Falcons 24. We both had them 24. And the Bengals make up the bottom 10 there, so they're 23. I had them at 22. You had them at 23.
Flip, you are pretty close
we
and
pretty much in lockstep on this. This is
that's
why our lists are so smooth, Matthew.
Well, the Saints are the biggest mover there in the bottom 10. They went up 5 over the past 2 weeks, but they did win twice in a row.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I mean, in that bottom 10, like, it takes a couple of back-to-back wins for you to climb up like 8 or 9 spaces. And, you know, the Saints have done, and they've looked all right, and they've beaten good teams as well. They beat the Panthers, who just beat the Rams, who are like tied at number 1 in their division. You know, it's
Weird and wacky.
Yeah, they deserved it. Shock Bowl.
Yeah, cool. So then we are going into the muddle. This is our aptly named muddle because we don't really know what to do with these teams. These teams are not the worst. They're not the best. They're just there. And I'm so glad to see this one. So starting off the muddle at number 22, down 6 from 2 weeks ago is the Kansas City Chiefs
No
out of
one.
playoff
Ouch.
contention. I had them at 21. Thomas had them at 22. They are 22 in our ranking.
Oh, I thought we were going to be so different on that one, but no,
Flippin' heck, yeah.
they dropped that. The Patrick Mahomes effect. That's so
Yeah,
like,
but I'll kind of tell you what I did as well. I split everything in half into teams still in playoff contention and teams out of playoff contention. So once you do that, then the only two teams I was and ahhing about were the Chiefs and the Vikings. What way round do they go? That was it. That was the only issue I had. So I had the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Vikings. So I had the Chiefs 21, the Bengals 22, and the Vikings 23. They're all very close. The Vikings are 21 on our list because you have them at 19.
Yep. I do think they're better than just the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks. I mean, that game last week was a statement game.
Yeah. The Cowboys season is kind of falling apart, which is why they're the bottom of my teams are still technically in with a chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're at number 20 there. The Colts are at number 19. So yeah, they're in a bit of free fall at the moment. They're down 6 from 2 weeks ago. The Dolphins weirdly bounced up 2 from a couple of weeks ago. I don't think I adjusted them after the Steelers loss, but regardless, they're at 18 there. The Buccaneers are at 17. The Panthers at 16. We are in agreement with the Ravens at 15 and the Steelers at 14. We've got them bang on those positions. The Eagles are at 13 as we start to get a little bit interesting here. The Lions at 12. I had them at 11, you had them at 13, and the Chargers make up the muddle. They are at 11 total. I had them at 12, you had them at 11. So very close.
I think
the Chargers are big movers. They're up 6.
I am amazed that we were in such lockstep with all of those. That's really quite funny.
And do you know what the crazy thing is? Like, Thomas, you'd sent me across your list. I saw the message and I didn't even look at it. And then I went and did my rankings without even looking at your list. And then I put them both into the spreadsheet and I was like, oh, hold on a second.
I kind of have exactly the same opinions as Thomas here. Shit.
No, that's, yeah.
One of us has done something very right and the other one's done something very wrong here.
Yeah. But it means that we have the same top 10, just in slightly different orders.
Pretty good.
So
Like,
yeah, let's just get into it. The top 10, we're gonna get a sound effect. Top 10. In our power rankings. Oh, it's good. Go for that, Thomas. I like that one.
Top 10.
Nice. Clip that. So the Texans land at 10 in our rankings. You had them at 8. I had them at 10. The Jags, we both had at 9. They land at 9.
How do you feel
So
about
Jaguars
that?
in the top
Ooh.
10. I don't like them being in the top 10. I'm getting a nosebleed.
You said they were going to be in the top 10 at some point this season.
I did not believe that they were going to be in the top 10 at
I don't know if you said it ironically, but you did say it.
It's, well, there we go. If you can find that clip, that would be great. But yeah, no, we to be honest, we've been underrated a lot of the season, but now we're probably being over-egged a little bit. It's not that we're a complete sham or complete frauds. We are going out and beating down on some weaker opposition and all this kind of stuff. The game against the Chargers was very impressive. So I don't know, the Jags might be for real, but they're also just there. They're 9 on the list because they're like one of the top teams, the third in the AFC at the moment, all of this kind of stuff. So they're one of the top teams out there. Be interesting to see what happens. The Packers land at 8 on the list. You have them at 10. I have them at 8. I didn't really move the Packers too much this week. Despite the loss and the injury.
Yeah, I think it was that loss and the injury that sort of had me a little bit. I was like, they're definitely top 10. Like this whole top 10, that top 4 of the top 10, I'm like very flexible. Could go either way. But I just thought the way Jags,
which is
like the reason I had the Jags and Texans higher was because they beat down the bad teams. They absolutely smashed them. Like that's convincing. They deserve a big jump for that one.
Yeah, true. And I was very close. Like I was umming and ahhing about the Jags and the Texans, what way round I had them. I could have very easily had the Texans at 9, the Jags at 10. But yeah, I went for my own team for once. It's nerve-wracking. The Bears land at 7. That's a non-mover, weirdly, from 2 weeks ago. So they had the loss, but then they had a good bounce back win against the Browns. I have them at 6. You have them at 7. The 49ers, I kept them at 7. About 3 weeks in a row, I think I've kept them at 7. But they come in at 6. Thomas had them at 5. It's very good. The Seahawks, Thomas put all the way down at 6. I put at 5. So if Adam was here, he would be killing us for this.
Yeah,
they land at 5 on our list.
And there's a reason for that, though. There is a reason for that. Because they had that. It was like, you're in the top 5. You need to look convincing. This is going to be very, very, like, when we get into that top 5, going to be very biased on one of the teams up there. But, like, they, eked out that Colts team. They should have smashed the Colts. The Colts defense isn't clinically very good. The Colts...
Yeah, they didn't score a touchdown against the Colts. They didn't score a touchdown.
The Colts offense is also terrible because all you do is lock down Jonathan Taylor, and then it's Phillip Rivers, who's literally been playing NFL level football for 3 days. It's sort of like that should have been a SmackDown game to say, yeah, I am a top team. And then you got the questions about Sam Darnold getting fatigue. I need to see him convincingly look like a top tier QB before I say, yeah, they're going to be in the top league. And that's why
that's it. That's the whole reason they're at 5 for me is what Nathan was even alluding to earlier. It's the Sam Darnold effect where I don't really believe in them late on in the season. I don't think they're gonna. I don't. Out of the top 5 as we have it, yeah, I would have them at 5th because I believe that they have the smallest chance out of those 5 teams to win the Super Bowl. Like that's it with Sam Darnold at quarterback.
And it's that
which brings us on to our top 4, which we are entirely in agreement on.
No way.
That is crazy.
The Patriots are at 4, the Bills are at 3, the
Yeah.
Broncos are at 2, and the Rams are at 1. And we had them exactly the same.
Yeah. And I think we moved the Bills up a few. Like, were they up 3 or
We
4?
did. That was a big win
Yeah, I
against
was gonna say the
the Patriots. They've gone up 3 in the last 2 weeks. But that was a huge win against the Patriots.
And then I know we talked about the Patriots and soft schedule, and then they match up against the good teams and like how are they going to stack up? If they had been absolutely smacked down by the Bills, and I mean, like what the Jags did to the Jets, like 40-20, something like that, I would have dropped the Patriots probably outside of that top 5, close to the bottom end of that top 10. Like
I
still,
mean, I've moved them down. I've moved them down 2
I'm,
spots. So
I'm
that's
moving down,
to me significant enough.
2 spots. But I was like, if it was a SmackDown, they could have like had a real fall from grace there. If they beat the the Eagles, I'm confident about their top 5 merit. But if it was a close game, like Josh Allen had to make a big comeback, and that's why the
Yeah,
Bills jumped up.
I just love that we kind of agreed on the Broncos as well, because I was even sitting thinking
yeah,
about the
that is
Broncos
a
and going, the way they beat the Packers, and they're kind of proven now they've won 11 in a row. They're kind of proven now that they are that top team.
With, with the
Yeah,
Bron-
and we both thought the same way.
and with the Broncos as well, because we always had that question over their defense is elite, but their offense is shaky. And now you're seeing like almost reverse Sam Darnold and Bo Nix, where he sucks at the start of the season, and then gets better as the season goes on.
Yeah,
That's like,
he's really coming into his own. It was a brilliant performance against the Packers. Yeah, don't know where that came from.
so I sort of
But yes, so what you're saying is the Jags, the team down here in 9, are going to beat the Broncos, the team that we have as number 2, dominating the AFC.
I just when you get a
That would
feeling
destroy our top 10. We just throw the top 10 out. Because
like if the Jags beat the Broncos, I think the Broncos we do what like we did with the Patriots. I think they drop down a couple. The Jags definitely go up to like 6.
like 3 or 4.
top 5.
They definitely go up from like
Oh,
I have them at 9. They definitely jump up ahead of Seattle. You know,
that is wild.
How much did the Broncos move up this week then? What were the last week?
and they moved up
From 2 weeks ago, in fairness, they only moved up 2 spots. They
Okay.
me and Adam, and I think even you, Thomas, I think we consistently had them at about 4.
Yeah. They're on like a 12-game winning streak or something like that as well. Like it's get
Yeah,
going.
11-game winning streak. 11-game
Whoa.
winning streak. The start of the season 1 and 2. They're now 12-2. So
Jeepers. I feel like it's just not talked about much or something, so they're not like it's just kind of
that's wins
like
wins against the
sneaky, like
yeah, wins against the Eagles in there. Wins against the obviously just beating the Packers.
yeah,
It's not like they haven't played good teams. They've just
No, yeah.
nobody's talking about.
no.
I think
definitely not.
people like when you go through a season, you talk about the teams who have the hype going into the season a lot. So everybody was talking about the Lions, everybody's talking about the Eagles, everyone's talking about, the Kansas City Chiefs, things like that. And then they've sort of dropped down. So those teams that were never in those conversations or rarely talked about, like sneaking into the top 10s, like the Texans, the Jags,
The sneaky one I'm thinking about is like the Chargers. We've moved up a decent bit. They've jumped up to 11. They play the Broncos in the final game of the season,
Hmm.
and they are 5-0 in their division at the moment. They beat the Broncos earlier in the season, at the start of the season. So yeah, again to your point, Thomas, if the Jags somehow beat the Broncos and the Chargers win out, the Chargers are now top of the AFC West. So it's just the amount of things that can happen there. Yeah, be weird. And the reason the Chargers are playing so well at the moment is that kind of like smash mouth football they play just suits this time of year. The Chargers are just looking to punch you in the mouth every single play, and it works in this weather. Yeah. This snow, well, not really a snow fight, but the rock fight that they had with the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs were never really going to win that game the way they played. So that rounds out our top 10. The Rams, I would love to see like how many weeks they've been at number 1 for us. They just don't move. But a lot could change if they lose against the Seahawks. Then again, would blow up the top 10. The top 10 means nothing to anybody.
It's a massive game.
I mean,
like,
like
so
it doesn't. I don't think it blows up the top 10. It blows up the top 5, doesn't it? It's sort
Yeah.
of like
If the two things that we've kind of like thought might happen, like if the Seahawks and Jags win, then this top 10 just goes into a blender, and it's going to be so
Well,
fun to watch.
yeah, no idea. Patriots lose to the Ravens and they drop down. You know, oh my god, if the Bills lose to the Browns, like
Oh yeah, geez, that really does take the biscuit then. Unbelievable. The last thing I really think we need to do is I've got a couple of bold predictions, right?
oh,
oh,
I'm gonna try.
oh,
I'm gonna
right.
try to be. I'm gonna be like Adam. I'm gonna channel Adam. So first one is yeah. I'm gonna get this one out of the way first. I've only got two. So the Raiders got shut out last week against the Eagles. They're now playing against a better defense. I think the Raiders get shut out back-to-back weeks. That's going to be my bold prediction. They only got 72 yards of offense, I think it was last week.
Sabres.
Kenny Pickett's their quarterback. They're not really doing a hell of a lot. I'm going to go for a big fat 0 2 weeks in a row. I don't know. There's no clear way to really look at those odds, Thomas. But what are the odds for them scoring 0 points? Is there a way to look at that?
having a look here.
Set the over under for their points at 0.5 and see what it comes out.
Against the Texans, like, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, but that's wild. I can't remember any team ever being shut out in back-to-back week. But it could happen.
Yeah, because usually they kind of get some points in that garbage time, like when the team's winning by so much, they kind of get something in there. Like, I was surprised that the Bengals didn't score last week either.
That was crazy. Did you see the Ravens interception play on that one?
No.
So Kyle Van Noy intercepts the ball and then runs it back a little and realizes that he's not going to make it the whole way and just hands it. Like doesn't toss it or anything. Just hands it to his player, this guy Gilman, who just runs the whole way down the sideline. Really weird. And the Bengals are all just standing there watching it, like they're not even trying. Oh, I don't know. So yes, I've got that one, and the only other one I have, because I do genuinely think this game is going to be a bit of a shootout, and these quarterbacks have both been throwing the ball for fun the past couple of weeks. The Falcons at Cardinals, both quarterbacks over 300 yards in that game, 300 yards pass. And I know that the odds are decent on that. I looked them up. They're about like 17-2 for over 275, so over 300. That'd be probably even a bit better than that. But yeah, because that just very rarely happens. But if that game turns into just this weird shootout where they're both just bombing the ball down the field, why not? Even go over 350. Why not? If you're feeling really frisk, over 400, throw it all.
Is that for one side? Was it, or was that both teams to get?
But both quarterbacks over 300 yards pass.
I think I can do a bet on that one. Let me have a look.
You're bound to be able to. But yeah, so trying to beat Adam, but they're not as bold as Adam's. Adam's always have about 3 or 4 stipulations. Mine are just one clean cut stipulation. There's no close. There's no half points. It's clean. It's either a shutout or it's not a shutout. It's either a 300-point passing game or it's not a 300-point passing game.
Adam's like, it's like he's been spending too long on the accumulator thing, so it is.
Yeah, it's like so and so wins, and the wind blows at 17 mile an hour, and you're like, let's see.
It's not letting me. It only lets me pick one of them. It doesn't let me pick both quarterbacks to do over under passing yards. But for Kirk Cousins to get over 300 passing yards, that's 8-1.
8-1, yeah. So if you
just on Kirk Cousins,
so for both of them, then it would be quite big. Like, so it is quite bold.
It'd be significant odds. Yeah, no, I believe that game is just going to be anarchy. I'm looking forward to it when that game's like 6-all in the fourth quarter and nobody's thrown for any yards. I'm just getting shit from you guys.
But both their defenses are not that good for that to happen. Like, so
No, I think that
Surely.
could happen. I mean, that seems very, very feasible.
I'm definitely not going for Trevor Lawrence to repeat. In fact, like one of the thoughts that I had for a bold prediction, I might even throw this one in there just to tack it on. Trevor Lawrence, what what was it? Is he the only quarterback ever to have was it like 300 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and no interceptions or something like that, like ever pretty much. Um, I'm going to say bold prediction against the Broncos. He gets 0 touchdowns this week.
0.
Trevor Lawrence gets 0 touchdowns. We start to run the ball a bit more, and ETN and stuff still get touchdowns. Like there's still touchdowns in that game, but it's just not a Trevor Lawrence,
Okay.
which would be fair. I think Trevor Lawrence has done that before this year, where he's come out of a game with no touchdown.
I
So I could
think
see it.
I think there's going to be over 70 points in that game.
Over 70?
No, now that's a bold prediction. What is the
Yeah,
over-under
what the
points
heck?
wise in that one? Over 70?
Over 70. I think it could be a
Holy.
shootout. Do you want me to find out?
You, you don't think
Yeah.
the Broncos defense will shut that down though? And like the Jags defense isn't that bad, like.
I think Jags defense isn't that bad, but I think there's some games, occasional games, where you get really defensive teams,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason the other QB can just read them,
Okay.
and there is a lot of scores that can happen. So let me have a look. Total over 70.
Trevor's been playing wild the past few weeks. It's been great to see.
Okay, so the highest I can go is 65.5, and that's 8-1 as well.
Okay.
So we'll say 60,
65 and a half.
We'll say 65.
I'll
They'll
say,
be over
yeah, so
65.
your bold prediction is that the Jags Broncos game is over 65 points.
Hmm.
Okay. I hear you. No, Trevor's stats last week, even the last 3 weeks have been crazy. Have you seen this? Like, Trevor Lawrence was only given like a wrist coach. Nathan, I don't know, like for you, Nathan, for rookie corner, I suppose a wrist
Mm-hmm.
coach. Obviously, it's just like having all the play calls
Yeah,
on
it's
your
okay.
wrist and like a little sleeve kind of thing where you
I
can
have
flip
seen
up
it.
and look at this chart and whatever.
I have seen it
Um,
before.
ever since he was given a wrist coach, which I think was about week 9, he has been like almost perfect as a quarterback. It's just been like wild.
So you just tell me it was his memory that was letting him down before?
It was more like this is the first year that an offensive coordinator had asked him to read the defense at the line of scrimmage, make adjustment calls, and um, make the play calls without a risk coach. So just having, I think, everything thrown at him all at once, having never had it thrown at him like that, probably just scrambled him a little bit. And
Mm.
it's not even like the majority of quarterbacks don't even use the risk coach really. It's just a comfort thing. So I
Yeah.
even think for Trevor, it's just like he gets a play call in and he just has a little check just for a little bit of, okay, fair enough. This is what we're doing. Whatever kind of confidence it's giving him. I mean, you look since week 9. Was that the Chargers game? Like the Jags have just been unbelievable since then. Yeah. So he's doing well. The last 4 games, what, 256, 229, 244, and 330 yards, and 12 touchdowns. So yeah, it's just nuts. No interceptions the last 3 games, that kind of stuff. Good times, good times. But yes, Trevor Lawrence, has he had a game without a touchdown this year? Is the question I have for myself.
Did he score one against the Rams?
He did. He threw one to Travis Hunter against the Rams,
Oh, that's right.
which was a terrible piece of garbage time, like nonsense at the end of that one. Weirdly, he's done well rushing the ball this year. So the game against the Texans in week 3, he didn't have a touchdown. Yeah, he didn't have a touchdown in that game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns against the Raiders. He didn't pass for a touchdown against the Raiders. But apart from that, he's had a touchdown every single game. I'm saying he's not going to do anything this game, which is madness on my part.
It's not helping
It's your,
Thomas's
it's
luck
your lack.
either, so it doesn't.
It's his lack of faith. He does this all the time. He never
He,
like
he
hypes
doesn't
up.
want to talk confidently about them, so he doesn't.
Never hypes up his team. He never talks well of the Jags. He never does any of this. He's just sitting there, always skeptical. And you know what is? It's trauma. It's trauma. He has had years,
It is.
years and years of being lulled into like false sense of securities and then getting absolutely shit on and being heartbroken.
And you know what the problem is? It's working. If you know what I mean, like him not talking about them and them doing well is working.
The key thing that I've told you is the Jags will be bad until they're good, and they're not good yet. We're not good yet. We just need people to ignore us. Just let us do our own thing.
See, and this is
let
why
us get good.
Because he can never celebrate the wins. He can never enjoy like
it's
the
like
good run of luck
PTSD or something like that. There,
I can never turn around and be like, I'm so excited to see
supping victory whiskeys. I've been supping victory whiskeys like nobody's business. You know the great thing about the last
in a cupboard in a dark room because you're afraid of karma catching up with you. You know, like
you know. Thomas, the greatest thing about the last 3 weeks, the best thing I can say about the Jags, really, actually 4 of the last 5 weeks is it's been stress-free Sundays. They've dominated all of those games, and I've just been able just to sit back and just go like,
whiskey.
You know, this is it. This is the life. This is what it must be like to be a Patriots fan.
Are you enjoying? It's easy to enjoy American football when you can support your team.
So is this going to be
your team just dominate?
Is this going to be a panic Sunday then? Is it or
no? I reckon
against the Broncos, of course it's going to be a panic Sunday. I'm going to be having fits.
I think if
it's going to be terrible.
If you go out and the Broncos absolutely stuff you like 40-0, which I don't think is going to happen, then I'm like, okay, what's happened there is the bubble burst. But even if they lose, but it's like 35-36 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
definitely still a big deal, yeah.
That's almost still a win. I know you didn't get the W on the score sheet, but that's almost like a result. That's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually our teams all have pretty big games this week.
Yeah. So I'm so hyped for it. I can't wait.
Apart from Jets, obviously. Cause...
I was about to say our teams, the people who took time out of their busy Stein drinking schedules to come on the call.
Busy schedules.
Yeah.
If you are our locks again, I'm gonna see what our odds of picking our locks are.
Ooh.
Do you know what the most annoying thing this weekend is? The Jags are playing at 9:00. It means I'm going to be pissed off when I go to bed at like midnight. It's not a good Sunday. I'm going to stay up for the end of the game. If it's any way close, I'm staying up for the end of the game. And if we lose, I'm going to be pissed.
And if you win, Shelley's going to have the best night of her life. You're going to kick that door open with a glass of whiskey in your hand. Kill them, get out.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not gonna call you a liar anyway. That's for sure.
So funny.
Sorry, Thomas. What was your bold prediction again? It was the Jags Broncos over 65.
Over 65, yeah. So what were our locks this week?
My lock was the Rams.
Yours was the Rams.
Hold on, I can get them. Mine was the Saints.
Saints.
And yours was the Jags.
Mine was the Jags. And what were our upsets?
The Browns, Steelers, and
okay. So if we bet on our locks, that's 7-1.
Nice.
If we add our upsets in there, which I don't think we should do.
No, absolutely.
If we add our upsets in there, we're then looking at like 400-1.
You know what? Let's stick a pound on it.
stick a pound on it.
What I might do is I might do a pound on locks and a pound on upsets.
So, like, if if you had picked the Broncos, Thomas, that accumulator would be worth nothing. Like,
Yeah,
yours is probably what's the.
It goes to 60 to 1 on our upsets.
60 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you put them all together.
I know if I put just our upsets together,
Okay.
it was 400 to 1 locks and
Must have
upsets.
come back.
Oh, sorry.
And
Okay.
it was
Okay.
7 to 1 on our locks combined.
Yeah.
But I think that was heavily boosted by my Jags to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, definitely.
It's true. Oh man. I'm nervous now. I wasn't nervous before, but now that you've talked to
It's so far away too.
You know what? There's just sometimes you see teams with a little bit of momentum, and you've got to back the momentum.
old
See what's
old
good.
Uncle Mo, as they call him. Old Momentum.
I kind of hate that the Bears and Packers game's on at like what 20 past 1 here.
On
Saturday
Sunday
night.
morning, so like Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
Because then you've got Sunday.
Yeah, I don't have training this Sunday, so I can go
Oh.
nuts on Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday. Nathan, when the game
What,
finishes,
what I'm hearing is Thomas, watch party. Let's go. I mean,
I am stupidly busy all weekend.
Oh.
I'm really looking forward to that. Actually, it's a nice weekend.
Right. We wrap
busy.
this up.
Busy. Kicking doors down. Jesus.
Jesus.
Coming in like the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Wearing nothing but my Patriots top.
Oh yeah.
Right. I think that's a lovely image to end the show on. Yeah. So yeah, good luck in everybody's fantasy playoffs this week. If you're still in contention, then well done to you. And yeah, hopefully you win a ship. You win a good old championship this weekend. What else? Yeah, just the usual. Any questions you have on our video, pop them in the comments. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Insta. What else? We on TikTok? On a few others.
Facebook. What else did you say?
The FR videos.
Yeah, everything short form we're on.
Everything.
And
Just
long form
look us-
Spotify and YouTube.
Don't forget to.
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely.
And
You can
don't
listen to
forget to-
podcasts in the car. That's the way.
Oh, that's a good way.
Yeah, good
And
shit.
don't forget to check the schedules because games on Saturday, games on Sunday.
True, yep.
Oh yes, really good fantasy advice. If you have Bears, Packers, Eagles, Rams, Seahawks, just make sure you've got those guys. Not in your flex, in your actual starting.
And next week, going into Christmas, which I don't think we'll have a Christmas show, will we?
We might
It's
squeeze one in there
it's-
on Monday or something.
Yeah, it's looking like this might be the last show before like the fantasy championship, potentially. We'll see what we can do, but
But also,
definitely yeah.
set your lineups. There's games on Christmas Day. Things like that.
Are there 3 on Christmas?
All on Netflix as well.
Yeah, it's so weird. So
I must admit, did you guys watch the Christmas Day game on Netflix last year?
I didn't know.
Was
Mm.
so good.
Really?
Like there was like, it was a really good game, but also the way Netflix covered it as well was brilliant. And they had
Okay.
like this live sort of question and answer thing. And because it's not like, this is Netflix Global that they showed this on. So
Okay.
everywhere around the world could see NFL. And there's so many people who've never been able to watch it before who were watching NFL for the first time. So all the questions that were coming up were really cool. Like, what's the first down? How scoring worked? And they had like
Oh,
proper
that's quite cool.
pundits on there as well. So it was almost like a global viewing party of NFL, which is like the likes of I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
But it was really cool.
That's
No,
quite good.
I quite like that. That's the way the BBC covered baseball last year for a good portion. They would have like one game every Sunday, and it was like questions were coming in from Germany, from France, from like all areas. But it was presented by a guy in London with a commentary team over in the States. So it was quite well done as well. Yeah, no, the Netflix owns Christmas, so that's kind
And they had Beyonce as their halftime show as well last year.
All right.
Yeah.
9.
That was a
So
big
they're
one.
Might
going to
all
do
stops.
three halftime shows this year. Or
I don't know if they'll do all three. I know it was a big special event. I mean, to be fair, is it better that they've bought more games, or would it have been better if they'd just done the one and had a big halftime show and made a spectacle on it again?
So, has there always been games on Christmas Day, or is this like a new thing?
Always games on Christmas Day, but this is like the first Netflix day that they had.
I don't think there's always been games. Like, I mean, I feel like they keep on trying to like randomly add them in on like a random day of the week. It just happens that it falls on a Thursday this year, so they can kind of do the same thing they do with Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah.
But traditionally, the NFL likes to show games when there's
They do like a Christmas.
nothing. Yeah, like if there's going to be a time where the family's all together, let's play NFL, because there's nothing more than the dads and anything want to watch and get away from the family is NFL. You know,
Just I'm glad the games aren't particularly great looking because I won't be able to watch them. I'll get told off by Shelley. We're down at her parents on Christmas Day. That's a bummer.
Yeah, they're a bit random. So
Yeah.
Vikings,
I'm
Lions.
looking forward. I'm going to watch some of the games.
Yeah, well, now you've got me.
Jets Patriots that week.
I wasn't planning on
That's
it,
going
but
to be such a tough game.
you hope it's
So
not a tough
tough
game.
so tough for the Patriots.
So dreaded that game. Don't know what's going to happen on that one. Can't call it.
Well, that
Might be
tough
my
schedule
upset
they've got,
game.
like really,
Yeah.
really showing
now
its
that-
teeth there. Like.
Now that would be so funny. I think we wouldn't see Thomas until like next season.
Until the Super Bowl.
If the Jets
And
beat them on
he just doesn't
If
talk
the
about the
Patriots
season at
lose
all.
out
He's like,
these last 4 weeks of the
2025 is
season-
just gone, so it is.
if the Patriots lose out these last 4 weeks of the season, they lose to the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Jets. I actually genuinely might cry. I might understand Matthew's trauma a bit more. I might be able to not just sympathize for him, but like empathize, like what he's feeling, and just sort of like understand, and just never bet on the Patriots again.
that Jags Broncos game. I don't know.
I think
It's
it's
gonna be- Anyway, yes, we're rambling, but yeah, definitely. Good luck to everybody, and hopefully your team fares better than my fantasy teams have this past.
Whoop, whoop.
You actually win some.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Awesome. Thanks.
Cool beans.
See ya.